Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer. In today's episode of Midlands to London, we're going to be heading down to London so we can do a little bit more with the London Underground. I'm hoping to get the Bakerloo line finished, which we built a little bit of because we built the West Coast Main Line and we built Harrow and Willesden Station, and I think I might make a start on the Circle line as well. The Circle and District line, isn't it? But I think I'll just have one of those services on those. I know that some of these do share the same tracks and things like that, so we'll just put on what we can put on, basically, given the scale of the map. In the last episode we built Luton station itself, Luton railway station and Luton Airport Parkway. I've built a bit of the Midland Main Line now down to London, so we've got some services, and we're in 2002 at the minute, but we are still, well, we are replicating the current services as they are today. So this one here in this Network Southeast colour is eventually going to be a Thameslink service, and then we've got the East Midlands Railway service, which would be around in this time period anyway. I'm not so sure about the Thameslink, what the service pattern looked like in 2002, but obviously this, I don't know why he stopped there. He must just be waiting for a platform, well, for his path to be free, because obviously I've just got a dead end station at the minute. But yeah, these services will just go non-stop as through Luton, through Bedford, up to Leicester. I think they'll stop at maybe I think Derby as well. But yeah, I've just put these on just so when I do the cab ride, it looks like we've got a bit of some HSTs basically. I don't know if there is an East Midlands Trains colour or if it would be East Midlands Trains in 2002, so I think I'll research that, but I'll show you what I've done with the Midland Main Line. So obviously we built Luton Airport Parkway, which needs an airport eventually, but I've built it down to here. I've built St Albans City. Albans, is that supposed to be a D? No idea why there's a D in there. So yeah, I built that station just because I'm aware that there is a bit like there are more stations on here in real life than I've got. So just to give a little bit of detail, I don't think I'll build the city. I'll see how my computer fares, because it is, I'm managing, I've frame locked it at 30 frames per second, so it's okay at the minute, but I just don't want to overwhelm my computer because we've still got a long way to go. But yeah, I've got trains stopping here. What I think I will do, I might just put a bus on from Welwyn Garden City to St Albans, just so that there is people waiting at the station, and obviously the HSTs just blast through non-stop. You should be going a little bit faster than that, I would have thought. 80? Yeah, possibly. But yeah, I'll show you the rest of the Midland Main Line. So I've been trying to do as much detail as I could. I'm not using the fences, the hedges mod, just because I think that would be a bit too much. So I'm just putting a few trees here and there, a couple of tunnels which exist, and there is a tunnel on the East Coast Main Line that I need to put in as well, which I've realised. So you need new tunnel around there somewhere. We've got, what have we got? Got the M25 a little bit of. It's not a full motorway, but it's there replicated, and I've just put in loads of trees and stuff like that just to make it look a little bit better. So I will post a cab ride at the end of this video on the Midland Main Line, and I would have done a bit more detail by then. So it's going to be Luton, it's going to be a Thameslink service, Luton to St Pancras, and obviously I need to research the services which go underneath. Do the Midland, I'm not sure. Need to do a full research of the services. Obviously, no, we do have the tunnel, don't we? Got a tunnel here which can go underneath into the underground St Pancras station. Yeah, because it's confusing. It's confusing for me because you've got Thameslink services on the Midland Main Line, you've got Thameslink services on the East Coast Main Line as well. So just have to do a little bit of research on that. So let's get on with some buildings, shall we? We've got already a little bit of the Bakerloo line. We've got the tunnel in, and we're going to be using, in this instance, 320-kilometre wireless tracks. Is this the Bakerloo line? I think this one is. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky. Right, so we've got here Crossrail, I think comes on the side of this, does it? Around here. And then we've got, obviously, the Hammersmith and Circle lines around here. Just trying to think, what station have we got here? We've got Euston Square, which is being served by, what line is that being served by? That one. What's that one? I should have put what lines these are. London Underground, that is, it's something. Okay, yeah, so it's the Metropolitan line that we've already got up and running. Now that does make things tricky. And this is where it gets a little bit fun, doesn't it? Because we haven't got a decent underground layer, and I need to put a junction in there. Right, I'm gonna try Maybe okie dokie, like get rid of that signal. Can I get rid of that signal? I can. Now the only problem is with junctions underground is they don't look very good, do they? Right, pause the game, delete some buildings. Try and put in, are you just connecting onto the road? Don't really want to have to delete the road because that would be annoying. Right, can I just, yeah, I know there's a big update coming for Transport Fever, but we really could do with a decent underground layer by now. I think it's like a basic requirement for the game. I can't do anything. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter too much if I delete buildings because they will regrow pretty quick. There's a lot of services coming into London now, but it's just not letting me build anything. Right, okie dokies. I think we've managed it. But what I need to do is get this track. Yeah, this is completely the wrong place really. And so what's this one? This is the Circle line, which is going to be a little bit more curvaceous than it should be. And I don't think it's going to have a Paddington station on it. Don't know. I'll have to think about that. Right, now what I need to do is jump on board this train here and see what this junction looks like. Because if it looks rubbish, then we're not keeping it. Yeah, a little bit of glitching going on, but I don't think it's not horrendous. I think this is the best we can hope for. There's no way we're going to fit in a grade separated junction, which is I think what we probably could do with for that, but I think we'll just have to live with that instead. Right, so where are we going now? We're going to Paddington. Now these stations aren't going to be anywhere near realistic, I don't think, just because it's really tricky, but I think that is a bit too close, isn't it? I think. And then we do have a Paddington station for the Bakerloo. So let's take a look at the Bakerloo line first of all. So I think the Bakerloo line pretty much goes almost underneath Paddington. But if I do that, I can't build a station, or can I? Not entirely sure how this is going to work, to be honest. So I can build a station underneath Paddington. That would actually be quite easy. So let's try this. So actually, I think what I want to do first is this is the better way of doing it. Now I'm just a bit, all I'm concerned about is obviously it needs a street connection, otherwise people can't use it, and I just don't want to interfere with Crossrail too much slope. Well, just don't go up. Okie doke, I might have to do it like that then. No, right, so kicking it out over here, just gonna have to build a really long piece of track for now, just so I can get the curve in that I need. Something a bit like that. So these want to be quite close to the surface, because I think what will have to happen is Crossrail will have to be really deep, which I think it is anyway, so it's not completely unrealistic. So chuck that in, chuck the two pieces of track that I need in, making things really interesting for myself. Right, get rid of these buildings. Yeah, this is the only way you can do it, is if you kind of angle yourself right down to the ground, and then chuck those bits, delete those bits rather, delete these houses and all sorts. And then just see if I can just delete those two little bits. This will make sense in a minute why I'm doing this. So this station's probably not going to be in an accurate position, but obviously the scale is a little bit off, to say the least, and I can't see where my track is, which is not helpful. So it's around there, building, because what I want to do is just join this collision, is to join this to that, but that's not going to work doing it that way. Okie dokie, I'll have to get rid of these tracks. Like so. Right, so this station here that I'm trying to build, let's just put it in. So let's bring it up as close to the surface as we can get it. And then just angle it a little bit like that. So I think we'll have to have the station, maybe if we have it here. Are we interfering? Let's just double check. Oh no, don't want to build that. Go away. Right. Go away. I just wanted to see where the tracks were. Those, no, so they're them. That's fine. That's Marylebone. That's fine. Right, so we can put a station in around here. Just bring it up. No, I wanted it to be as close to the surface as we can get it. That's what I want, really. Something a bit like that. Where's the Bakerloo line? It's over here. Where's our station? It's over there. So let's delete these bits of track. Don't know what that station is. Is that there for something? Maida Vale? Yeah, it must be there for something. Is that because I want to build Maida Vale Station? Is that on the Bakerloo line? Possibly might be. But all I want to do first of all is get these tracks in. That's all I'm mostly concerned with at the minute. So get those into there. Not really bothered about the speed because it is, tube line is relatively slow anyway. Right, let's just double check. Yeah, so by the looks of it, I was planning to build Maida Vale. Should I? I probably should, shouldn't I? Because that's one of the things with this build. It doesn't have many of the tube stations on it, so we'll get rid of that. And we may as well build another station now. The only thing that, actually, I don't know where the platforms are, and obviously this isn't going to be a super realistic build anyway, so I think, well, having said that, I want to rebuild that station. I've forgotten about my settings, so let's get rid of this track. Oh, can I keep that in? Let's see if it will join. So all I wanted to do was, pattern on the floor wants to be black, radius, don't need to bother about that, platform length 160, maybe 100. Yeah, slope, not bothered about that. Tracks 2, track type, why? Oh yeah, I didn't change the track type either, didn't I? So we'll go with, what should we go with? Concrete wireless, that's the one, concrete wireless, platform width 10, that's fine. Or maybe 5, yeah, have them a bit narrower. Platform on left side, no, we don't need to bother about any of that. Can I put this in? No, damn. Yeah, I just wish it would join to the track, that's all. That's not too much to ask, I don't think. Right, so let's get a couple of these in. So this one wants to be about there-ish. Bring it up to about there, and then this one to about... Actually, I'll put the road in first, just so I know where the entrance wants to be. Somewhere about there. Chuck a station in. There, like so. Good. Right, and then get these tracks connected up, and then we'll put the entrances on. Yeah, I knew this was going to be a little bit ambitious. I don't think we'll get the circle line in, but never mind. Oh, part of this. I wanted to make a start on the circle line, but I think, damn. What I'm most concerned with in this episode is just finishing off this little bit of the Bakerloo line, because it's just been there. And obviously it'd be nice to have some Bakerloo line services on the West Coast Main Line, is what I'm thinking, just to add a little bit of life to the West Coast Main Line, just so we got some more realistic stuff going on. Should I have, I think I'll have two tracks collision. Oh no, they'll have to come in. Right, get rid of this road. Not really concerned about that road. So yeah, again, I'm not sure if the tunnels would be twin bore or single bore, but I think in this particular instance, again, we're just going to have to go with twin bore tunnels. The tube isn't going to be, because of the scale of the map and everything, the tube obviously isn't going to be anywhere near realistic anyway, but it's there more just for the trains to come out of the surface so you can see them on the West Coast Main Line and things like that. So let's get this renamed. So you are Maida Vale. What we want to do is we want to get this road out alongside here. Maybe if you just chuck you... oh, collision... that was... yeah, it was doing that crash thing. Right, now let's get this in. No, I don't want it to be joined to a railway, I just want it to go straight. Something a bit like that, and then the actual entrances to the underground stations are in the actual road building, so we'll have pattern on the floor black, iron 6, signs over street entrances, yes, and then we'll just spin this round onto about there, and I think I'll have an entrance on this side as well. Pattern on floor, pattern on wall, yeah, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Right, next thing is press the tick button, so that'll join those to that. That makes Maida Vale with 2 entrances on either side. They look alright, they look okay, with a bit of blue mantle showing through. Upper London, why is that renamed? That's weird. Or is that just renamed it? Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Let's just double check we've connected all that up to, haven't we? And then this one, we need obviously another entrance. Now, does Paddington have a side entrance? Let's just get rid of a few of these. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I think we might be able to get away with one here actually, so we need to configure this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I'm just looking at this, just trying to guess where Crossrail Station is. But we'll do that in a minute. What we want is passenger building, we want some steps. Don't think we'll do anything grand, we just want steps, that's all. Just, is that going to put, oh, it's put a gap in as well, good. All we want really is just the steps to be quite close to the entrance, because we don't want people to have to walk miles, because then that eats into the journey and then they won't use the tube. So So just put a little bit of a thing on there, and then we'll put an entrance in here. Street construction. We'll just get rid of you. Put this street entrance around here, and then we'll click on this. Is that not taken? Did I rebuild the station? Yeah, there's a station there. Is that just a little bit too far away? That's strange. Don't know why that's not like a station anymore. Add entry. Good, that's the one. So this one, what? Why are you made of ale? Are you just one giant station now? Oh dear. Right, let's do this again. No, what's going on there? Oh, it's joined those two stations up, which is not what we want at all. Right, so let's try this again, shall we? God, this really is a lot more tricky than I was expecting. Just want to build two stations on a bit of track. Shouldn't be particularly complicated. Right, so get rid of the track as well, because obviously the station won't join to the actual thing. Right, so this one, chuck this in here. All the settings are saved, which is fine. Right, and then this one over here, maybe a bit closer to that little road we've put in. So if we put the station in... Ooh, no, that's far too far up the station, actually. What was I thinking with that? So we'll put that in there, get rid of that, reconfigure this. Yeah, there is a little bit of a side entrance, but it's not that far up the station, so we'll put in this here. That's the circle, that's fine, ignore that for now. And then put our little bit of street back in, just to give people a walking option. And that wants to be straight. Get some tendrils on the go, and take that. Right, so let's get rid of all of these. Just speed up the game, just to get rid of these stations that we've deleted. And then just get some track in again. Connect all this up, like so. We'll have a little one piece of track. No, want to be underground, please. Right, if I connect you straight up to that, like so, and then I think if we have an autosave. Good, right, so let's get this track joined up and then split it off into the station. Don't know, well, that's in a big cutting, that's why. Why are you in a cutting? You just want to be underground. Underground. No, that's maybe if I press M, N, that's better. And then just connect this little bit up here as well to there. Nope, definitely not on the road. About there. Just nope. All right then. Get rid of that. Raise the terrain up around here, and then just try and get this connected up, like so. I think. Yep, good. And then we want this bit of road hooked up again, like so. Good. Right. So this one is made of ale, like so. And you are right. Okie dokie. You are Paddington. Right, okie dokie, I see what I did wrong the first time. Right, so next time, don't join those two stations. So, street construction, we still will have an entrance either side, just because there's no crossing point currently, although we can't. Alright, if I chuck these in over here then, get rid of that. Right, so next thing is Paddler. So, what are you? Have you renamed? Made of ale? Paddington. So I don't know, no name, so made of ale. Right, so if I get rid of that box, click on this again. Now we've still got Upper London, I don't know which one's which. Right, okie dokie. I don't really want to delete the station again. Configure. Aha, okie dokie. That's helpful. So that's Upper London and that's London Station, so we don't want that joined, thank you very much. Click the tick, and hopefully that's all made of ale. Good, right, okie dokie, we're getting somewhere finally. No, I don't want a road off there, thank you very much. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take ownership of this, because I don't want him building anything, the AI building anything. Right, so street construction, steps along here, tendrils all over the place, like so. Right, so click on this, London Underground Station. Why isn't it giving me any options to join that to there? Just want to build... Oh, there we go. Did that take it then? It did. Right, so just double check that is that station. It is, and that's that set of steps. Good. And then tick. Fantastic. We've got an underground station. That took a lot of work, I know. Right, so next is this track here. Now what I've done there is build this station in the wrong place. After all that. Okie dokie. Let's get rid of this. I don't think that's not going to get into there any... No, definitely not. Yeah, that's really testing things a little bit. Right, so we've established that this junction looks acceptable, I think is the best we can hope for. Right, so let's just make this swing out a little bit more then, because it does a little bit. Actually, saying that, what am I doing? No, I'm doing the wrong one anyway. So this doesn't go to Euston Square, does it? Okie dokie, yeah, so that was right anyway, ish. So let's get that hooked back up again. No, I just want a junction from there, please. Right, if I lift that back up, swing that round. Oh, I don't know why it's making it so hard. Right, so I think we've managed it. Now what I want to do is, this should have a station as well. I don't know if it's going to. Right, what I need to do though is swing this track round. Try that again. Is that... Oh, it's not deep enough. Okie dokie, so I've rebuilt this station again. It's just not deep enough. I know, I do want it to be close to the surface, but it's just not quite deep enough. And it's not going to be routed where I want it to be routed, really, which is a little bit more realistic. But what I'm more concerned about is this track here going underneath of this loop, which it's just not going to do. Or is it? Possibly might do, actually. Let's just... The only problem is we won't know. That's definitely not a flat crossing, is it? I don't think it is anyway. It's just no way of telling until we actually go on the journey. So let's chuck that in there. Chuck that in there, and then get that connected up to that. Yeah, so this track here for the Bakerloo line should go underneath of the circle line, and then kind of goes around not Euston Square, goes around Edgware Road, past Marleybone, and then kind of just before it gets to Euston Square, it kind of goes off and goes like to Oxford Circus. So I think it's not going to be accurate, but I guess you're underground anyway, so it's not the end of the world. You won't exactly see it, but I just like to would like to have things as accurate as physically possible. Obviously working within the limits of the scale and everything. So we'll get that in there, and then we will chuck in a few more stations. So are these 100 metres long still? Yeah, they still seem really long, don't they? I was hoping to get Oxford Circus and Embankment, but I think I might just have to have Oxford Circus. Should I, or Embankment? Because yeah, we've got the Crossrail services to think about as well. So if I chuck that in there, yeah, Crossrail's going to have to be really, really deep, I think, in order for this to work. And now where's this little bit of track? So you want that going across there. Yeah, you haven't got a street connection yet, so don't need to worry about that. Can I build a diamond crossing on a curve? That remains to be seen, but we just want to get that into there. And then I guess if we just have trains terminating on the leftmost, on the eastern platform, then we can just get in a junction about there. Again, I don't know what that's going to look like. So trains, yeah, that's all fine. So this one is Embankment, and obviously it needs a street connection. Is it going to take it? I don't know why it does this. It just doesn't, like, if I just click off that and then click on again, why? I think sometimes if the entrance is too close to the station, it doesn't like it sometimes. I think that's what's wrong. Embankment, good. So yeah, that was quite tricky, and we've only done a little bit of messy underground work, but let's just see if we can route a train before I finish the episode up. So we've got Embankment, Paddington, we've got Maida Vale, and then where are we going next? We're going onto the West Coast Main Line, we're going to Harrow and Wealdstone, and then back again, I guess. Hopefully that's going to work. It's just going down the same line though, why is that doing that? Let's give this a bright pink colour. Did I put turn back facilities in at Harrow? Must have done. Or haven't I? I don't think I have actually. Okie dokie, so you need a turn back facility. I guess, where was the station that I was thinking of where it goes to? Doesn't go as far as Watford, it only goes as far as Harrow and Wealdstone. So I'm guessing we want it on the leftmost platform, and then we just need to get rid of that signal there, and then just put a switch in, which is electrified, no, not to worry, and then replace that signal around here somewhere. Where are we? We are there. Let's see, is this... Nope, it's still... So terminals, you want to be on platform number 6. Hopefully that should work. Why? No. So then we need to change the terminals in these. So terminals. Which one's which? Which way did we do? We did embankment first, didn't we? So 3 wants to be on 2. And then down to Paddington, terminals, 2 wants to be on 2. Good, so that was quite painful, wasn't it? I don't know if it was painful to watch, but it was definitely painful to do. Right, so we'll change this colour to red, and this wants to be London Underground, Bakerloo, and it is Harrow, HRW to embankment. Like so, and I think I'll rename those as well, but I will do that later on. Let's just double check all that's looking okay. Yeah, so we've got that station in there, we've got a station in there, we've got a bit of track, so we can have some London Underground trains on this bit of track. And the last thing I needed to check actually is before, so is it C stock? So let's take a look. Where's that? Let's just put a little bit of track in, and then we'll just put a fake depot in. Standard, doesn't really matter. Modern steel, high-speed tracks, just so it matches. Chuck that in there. So what have we got that's close to the C stock? So let's take a look. I think they're in diesel multiple units, the ones that I'm going to be looking for. Oh, we've got some. Oh, we've got C stock. Add 96 metres, that's lucky. Right, so we want 6 of them. Full maintenance. And you want to be on the LO. Like so. Good, so let's just double check the track before I finish this episode. I don't think we're going to do a tube journey just yet, because I said we're going to do the Midland Main Line journey, but we will take a look at that later on. So we're on the upgrade tool, just making sure we've put the right track in along here, which we have. I've got this as electrified. I'm not sure if it should be, but it is anyway, so we're not going to worry about it. But we've got London Underground trains pulling into Harrow and Wilston now, where we can see them on the West Coast Main Line, which is kind of what I wanted to see. And yeah, I've done a little bit of work with the tube network, so I'm going to leave it there for today. Say until next time, bye bye.